Living on the 12th floor wasn't bad. The view over the busy city was pleasant to look at. The only problem was those elevators. I have bad sinuses, you see, and the pressure of the descending quickly gives me a headache. But it passes, so it's easy sacrifice. I waited for the elevator to arrive on my floor. It always takes a while. After a couple of minutes, I got impatient and started fumbling around for my pockets while folding my keys suspiciously. I realized one of the elevators had already arrived, wide open even. I hadn't heard the ping of the elevator door indicator nor the doors creaking open, but I shrugged it off and went inside. I should have left right then and taken the stairs. The air was immediately denser, hot and sticky. The faint stench of onions tickled my nostrils, but I figured it was just some dirty neighbor's lingering odor. Again, I noticed that the doors had moved without me seeing them, and that was the warm, natural light that was now gone. The elevator jumped for a good second before descending, the creaking of the stairs and the cable jolting my nerves. The pressure in my ears slowly began to build, although this time it gradually formed into a horrible migraine, pushing it on my temples. The trip was taking much longer than expected, and I was very eager to get off this fucking thing. But it just kept rattling as it went further and further down. The floor indicator read 12. How was that possible? The elevator was obviously broken, and suddenly I feared it would drop. Suddenly the lights flickered out and died, leaving me in complete darkness. The air was getting noticeably heavier, and the smell of decaying fruit filled my nose and mouth. It was almost too much to bear. I began to cough and gag. I needed to escape. I began banging on the walls, shouting and screaming for help, but to no avail. There was no reply. It was as if the metal casing had taken me somewhere else. The elevator suddenly bounced and lurched to a stop, the sound of its shrieking brakes echoing through the shaft. The indicator displayed a bright red G, the only light I could see. How long has it taken? It didn't matter. At least I was about to get out. The door shuddered and crept open. There was barely any light in what looked like the lobby, but I could make out something wet coating on the walls read spongy fungus. There was no people in sight, only a few discarded items of clothing, bags, and groceries. I could just make out about a large black hole in the center of the large hall. Emanating from the gaping maw was the heavy sound of something breathing. I slowly ventured out into this dark room, the floor squishing beneath my steps. I felt a slight breeze coming from just ahead, so I inched forward to discover the source. Something behind me clinked. I spun around to see a mug rolling on the table, and what looked like a pale foot disappear into the doorway. Quietly tapping echoed around me. Wherever I am not alone.
What's up, my pretties? It's the Lion Queen here. I want to appreciate you all for tuning into this video, and I do appreciate you guys supporting my video by giving this video likes and stuff. If you really enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you're new, ring the bell for notifications to when I upload so that way you guys will get updated for whenever I upload. If you want to follow me on Twitter or DeviantArt, feel free to leave a follow on those if you are interested in following me on those socials. If you want to support my backup channel, known as Miss Dark Shigo, feel free to subscribe to it, as a link to that will also be in the About page section. And with that being said, and that being the case, thank you so much for watching, my pretties, and as always, please stay pretty.